Hey guys, welcome back to Inside the Storm. I'm your host Zane, and today we're going to be talking everything about Newport Storm FC's senior team. We've got Sergio back again to chat a little bit about some really in-depth stuff. Obviously, you've been on before, but we're coming to the end of the season. The run-in's on, team's picking up form again. So I thought we'd have a little check-in, see how you're doing, if you're happy, what's pissing you off about the team, and what's making you happy. But before we get, how are you? How you going?
Yeah, I'm good, pretty good. A bit colder, but
yeah, we're getting there. We're almost there.
Last month of winter, so we have to. We're getting there.
All right, let's jump straight in. We had I think a really, really good performance against Footscray. Obviously, it felt. I think in the video we saw there's something you said halftime, where like this feels like it's 8 weeks ago, and I feel like that vibe was really there among the players. What were your thoughts on the game, and kind of, do you feel like it was a reset almost, and like we're back?
Well, absolutely. I think that what we did is try to press that reset button, because when you are leading, obviously you're going to have the pressure of the other teams that are trying to catch up with you, and the players start feeling the weight of the expectations. So there's a fine balance that you have to try to find between making them serious to bring forward the job, and making them understand that you could actually fail it as well. So there's both. It could go both ways. At the end of the day, winning a league is an effort of 22 games. Yeah. It's not about winning one game or two games. It's about the best out of 22. And at the moment, we've still got another 4 games to play. Yeah. So we've got an advantage of 6 points currently, and
just the game in hand, right?
The game in hand, and when we'll rest in 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I believe if we're lucky, we'll probably have the 6 point advantage. If not, we'll just have to
come on, mates.
Well, mates that can do a miracle. Well, hopefully for them, but at the end of the day, what I'm interested is more about my own team.
Sure.
What other teams do.
Doesn't matter if
doesn't.
You just keep winning. Yeah.
I'll just try to do the best for our team.
Sure. So what were your thoughts on the performance itself? Because 5-1 was good. You've seen past 2 games, Jam is back and scoring freely. I feel like the attack had a really, really good flow. The wingers were really involved. So what was your kind of takeaways from that game maybe in an attacking standpoint?
Well, look, we were pretty dominant as a performance. We've been working a lot on the system that I like the players to play.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to announce.
The secret.
I'm not going to tell it too much about that. But we worked on that system, and it gave straight away results.
Yep.
And like I announced, and we spoke in the meeting as well, that I'm pretty sure that I know where the issue was, and it looks like they nailed it.
Yeah.
So, but still, there's still 4 games to go, and everything can happen, and there's a lot to suffer, and these last 4 games will be like going through hell.
Yeah.
Because
it's 4 finals, right? It's just 4 finals.
Well, it is what it is. If you want to be the best, you have to beat them all.
100%.
If not, what can you do? It is what it is. But at least, however it goes, it's been a successful season. That's 100%.
For sure. Yeah.
But we are committed to do well, and going back on the game, obviously, yes, it was a good. It was like a fresh air.
Yeah.
It's like that we got a bit more momentum.
Sure.
Because in a season, you're not going to have always a perfect form.
Yeah.
You're going to have players with less form. You're not going to be playing at the same level maybe that you started at the start of the year. So there's going to be that fluctuation of performance.
Yep.
And I believe that the last few games, even for winning games, were a little bit underneath our
usual.
But you go through that, but the strength of the team, you see it when it's in the bad times. Yeah. You don't see it when you're winning. When you're winning, everything's perfect. Everyone loves you, and you're the best out there. But it's when you're actually struggling, and people don't know. But when the club, when the team is struggling and you're winning, you're performing, that shows the strength of the.
100%. Yeah, because I think there was a bit like, I don't want to say a narrative, but almost like a perception that the team's in a down phase maybe, and we're not playing as well. But then you look at the results, and the results are still coming in, right? It's wins, and I feel like people, they have an assumption, especially about this team because of how talented it is, that, you're going to go every single game and just, free flow score. And so anything that's like even a closer, so for example, I think after Tani, a lot of the sentiment was, that was like closer than we were expecting or whatever. And for us, I mean, we were there. Like, I thought that was a pretty solid performance. Besides the goals conceded, obviously, I think it was a strong performance.
That's a particular game that I really don't want to go down into too much detail because there's some things that we have to clear with that game. But during the preseason and in our season, nobody put 4 goals against us. Yeah, and it was we'll leave
outside for sure. I get to go on that. Like, do you think the idea of the down phase was a little almost overplayed? Like, do you think it was an accurate description of how the team was? Because if you look at the record past Ocean Grove, it's been all wins and a loss, then to go away, right?
What happened is we conceded more goals than what we should, and that's it looked more like an internal problem, problem of mentality, and that I noticed that after a couple of games, try to see what's going on and fix the problem. But yes, I believe that was our down phase. We were playing that brilliant football that we were playing at the start of the year. But as I said, you go through those phases.
100%, and I think it's impressive now that if we're calling that our down phase, and you look at the points lost. I mean, it was bar the Bendigo game, which obviously even less said the better on that one. But
even talking about that, when you have to win a league and you can lose with your direct opponents. We lost against Bendigo and Surfside, that pretty much are second and third on the ladder. But where you go and struggle if you lose points with teams that
you should be beating.
Example, if we would have drew or lose points with Wyndham or with Tarnee, that would have been a problem. Yeah. Because their points, you can always beat your direct rival and get those 3 points.
Or it's about consistency, right?
It's about consistency. Exactly. So, let's say the teams that are low in the league, that's where it's important to get the points.
100%.
So that's why for me, they're more important those games than the direct, because you don't need more really much motivation to play a team that is second or third on the ladder. You know that it's going to pump you up. But when you play lower teams, that's where the risk of drop in mentality and performance can kick in.
Would you say then a result like we had at Wyndham at home was like almost one of the pivotal points of the season, to be able to be 2-0 down and turn around and win 3-2? Like, is that something where you can identify that at the end of the season and be like, I think that's where we've showed our intent as champions?
Well, obviously, that shows you that
saying that everything goes well when we become champions.
Well, that's the thing. It's not done yet. There's still a long way to go. 4 games are an eternity at this point. Sure. And we'll need a couple of results going our way, that apart from winning, even if on other grounds. But as I said, it's not really much that I'm focusing on what other clubs do. We have to focus on.
Oh, you win your games and
win our games. We do our job.
You win the league.
We don't have to rely on nobody.
Yep.
But yes, let's say that reaction against Wyndham has to be paid off. When you're 2-0 down, and it happened to even other clubs, obviously, but you're 2-0 down, you got a good reaction, and you get that win even when you're suffering. Your team suffering the game. Yeah. And that's look. Sometimes you have to win not being pretty. Sure. Playing pretty doesn't give you always 3 points. Yep. So the main thing is winning. And how you get there is it's up to the team to.
Doesn't matter. 3 points is 3 points.
3 points are 3 points. You might dominate the possession. You look pretty every time, but you don't score. Sure. The other team just shows up once and scores, and you lost. So it's something to keep in consideration. You have to evaluate the games that you play and try to adapt to the game and see how it goes, because you're going to be suffering in some games. And we did with the Wyndham, we did with Tarnee. We did suffer. Yep. Even with Bendigo at the start, even if we went down to 10 men, and we probably were the best team in that phase of the game. But
100%,
but Bendigo was clear with their ideas. Yep. They closed the spaces. They were good and hit us with the counter attack. And
so obviously this week is Spring Hills, which is looking like a kind of tough game. I think they're third on the ladder, and I mean last time we played them, I don't think they were fantastic, but they were one of the better teams coming here for sure. So what are your kind of thoughts on that game and any specific preparation?
Well, first of all, we'll be playing on synthetics over there at their ground, so that's there's a different way of playing football on how I see it on synthetic. Secondly, I know their coach Sal. I know He's Italian like me,
Yeah.
so I know how much he likes to be defensive as well.
Sure.
But it doesn't mean they won't attack. They'll be a solid team to play against. I expect a strong side against us.
Sure.
And we obviously have to be better than them. And, well, now they're all finals, so
Yeah.
we have to make sure that we go there and get the 3 points.
Sure. And then for the run-in, does anything kind of change in terms of how you motivate players? At the start of the season, you're able to be like, oh, it's early, and like play football, enjoy yourself. Now, is it just like, boys, get out there and win, or how do you kind of get into the players' heads and motivate them?
Well, you have to. When you start a season, you start with a plan.
Yeah.
In every plan, you have to give a margin of where you can modify it.
Sure.
Because, or else, if a plan can't be modified, it's not a good plan.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So things change during the season, so you try to adapt. But the main message, yes, we have to win. We're senior football and this and that. But at the end of the day, at the base of everything, this is a game.
Sure.
And like every game, you're there to win them. And games, you have to enjoy your time when you play it.
Yep.
Or else there's no point playing it. So that's the main thing. So the message to the players is always go out there, enjoy yourselves, follow the indications on what we've been working on with our plan. And if the opponent's better than us, then, well, beat it.
Beat them still.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
If the opponents are better than you, they're better than you.
Yep.
But let's try to impose our system, our way of playing, and have fun.
Sure.
So that's my approach since the start of the year, and that's. Well, I have to finish with it.
We're not going to do any predictions and stuff because it's too serious now.
Well, look, it's difficult because at the end it's the two strongest defences of the league that are meeting each other, and lately we've been leaking a bit too much.
1-0 to the Newport.
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day,
a win's a win, right? 100%.
A win's a win. So whatever
100%.
brings, it brings. As long as we got the 3 points.
Oh, absolutely. That's all.
Sorry, Sal. Sorry, Sal. We need to win.
And also, guys, this Sunday we've got a very special family day at the Bond Reserve. So come down from 11 to 2:30. There's gonna be a lot of fun activities, a bunch of home games. A bunch of the senior players are gonna be there as well. So just come down, bring the family, enjoy the barbecue, have some fun. Serge will be there. So if you want to pick his brain about tactics or find out, how to get into coaching, he'll be there. But anyways, thank you so much for coming on the pod.
No problem. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to chat to you.
Hopefully we do it at the end of the season.
Oh, 100%. At the end of the season, we'll have our confetti and everything, and then we'll do pod like that with the strikers running in behind us celebrating.
Well, hopefully. Well, look. Always, let's try to win it first. We don't celebrate before.
100%. Well, thank you so much, guys. Come down on Saturday to Spring Hills, and if you can't, check out the highlights on Sunday, and we'll see you there.